Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, let us visit this meeting of William Ruto and RAILA Odinga. Many of you would have expected that I was going to do an analysis on that yesterday, but no. I chose to give it some time and really understand the points there. Now, while doing that, I stumbled upon a video from MAANZO, and we all know the history between RAILA Odinga and MAANZO. I'm going to give you that history in a short while. But the Makueni senator has dismissed claims that RAILA Odinga's recent engagement with William Samoei Ruto in Mombasa are a sign of political alignment. And according to MAANZO, the former prime minister has not joined forces to assist Ruto, but instead is working to stabilize the government temporarily. I wanted to underscore this last word, temporarily. So RAILA is just there on a temporary basis, to just get things working for Kenyans, so that when it reaches an opportune time, RAILA is going to exit. That is exactly what MAANZO is telling us. So now, the big question, ladies and gentlemen, this is MAANZO, and we all know MAANZO being Kalonzo Musyoka's spokesperson, or rather, could you say that is a political mouthpiece? These politicians have their own mouthpiece, people who convey messages on their behalf. So whatever comes from MAANZO's mind, whatever he thinks about and says publicly, mimi huwa interpret kama that is a message from Kalonzo Musyoka. Now, in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to go further into this statement from MAANZO. But before you do that, kindly like this video. It is so important if you like this video, because that is the only YouTube shares our content. Subscribe to our channel if you are not subscribed before, and to existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you, this channel couldn't have grown. MAANZO is suggesting that RAILA's presence could help address governance issues, including corruption, which has been a significant concern in Ruto's administration. And according to him, he thinks that RAILA's influence might be leveraged to create order within the government, and this is going to ensure that the government remains functional until 2027. These remarks from MAANZO have come at a time whereby there is speculation about RAILA's next political move, after he lost the AUC. People are now talking about RAILA Odinga. When RAILA Odinga lost AUC, what happened? There are regions which celebrated, there are regions which did not celebrate.
Kila kitu tuachie Mwenyezi Mungu. Ama namna gani?
Regions in Mount Kenya celebrated. But the common agenda here is that looks like people wanted RAILA Odinga to lose so that he could come back and contain this government, so that the government can deliver to the demands of the citizens. So whatever MAANZO is telling us here is hinting at something, when he says that RAILA has not gone to help Ruto at all, and that he is there to stabilize Ruto's government for some time. When he makes that kind of utterance, as a Kenyan citizen, the only thing I'm left to think about is that RAILA Odinga is going to walk out of Ruto's arrangement when the right time reaches. I do not know how many of you have noticed that the people who used to fight RAILA Odinga before he became AUC, most of these people, the faction of Kalonzo, Gachagua, if you've been very keen, they have been slowly warming up to RAILA Odinga's return to their side. When Rigathi Gachagua decided to throw his weight behind RAILA Odinga, just like it's being said right now, rest assured that Ruto will have a lot of pressure. In fact, what is going to happen is that Ruto knows that he's not going to make it if that kind of arrangement takes shape. But as we understand right now, Raila has indicated at working with William Ruto, a move that is not sitting well with the faction of Kalonzo, Rigathi Gachagua. It cannot sit well with them because this is not a good sign. But they are focused on making sure that William Ruto becomes a one-term president. So, talking about Raila being in Ruto's government on a temporary basis.
Baba Maz, karibu sana. Yowen? Yes.
That means Raila doesn't want to go beyond 2025 with William Samoei Ruto based on Dan MAANZO's statement. Oh, what do you think about the statement? You know, yesterday when Raila made a statement, there were some, interpretations, different interpretation from analysts. I could see even some YouTubers make some very, some interpretations according to how they viewed it. Some were saying that Raila was not going to side with Ruto's requirements. Or
being said, somebody's talking about 13 billion shillings spent on the Raila campaign. I don't know which world those guys live on, whether they know what a billion means. A billion shillings to do what?
And even if that activity did not bring us success, we are very grateful because it has solidified our unity, profiled our country well, and today Africa knows that Kenya is a strong nation.
His candidature brought all Kenyans together. I think his candidature attracted support from the different political sides.
Just go below on the comment section and tell us what do you think about Dan MAANZO's remarks that Raila is just there temporarily to stabilize the government so that wizi upungue, so that waziri wafanye kazi. Because honestly speaking, let's look at this issue extensively. Before Raila joined forces with William Ruto, how many of you remember the opulence, how these cabinet secretaries used to treat local citizens? You would think that they are God, and we are just human beings. You would think that they exist in their own world. I mean, that is what I could notice back then. The members of parliament, how they used to talk ill about citizens. They used to talk negatively about so many things, and Kenyans were not happy. In fact, the reason why Kenyans took to the street is because walikuwa wamezidi, walikuwa wanaongea tu kama ni wao ndio wenye nchi, wao ndio wenye dunia, na sisi wengine wananchi wengine ni watu wa kawaida. Now looking at this thing again, ever since Raila joined forces with William Ruto, even though many people don't like this idea, but the truth of the matter is that vitu zimeanza kufanya kazi kidogo, hata kama ni kidogo. Wao mawaziri wameanza kuheshimu wa Kenya, wabunge walianza kuheshimu wa Kenya. That is what we could notice when Raila and Ruto started their own political friendship. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to rest my case there, but just go below in the comment section and you can offer a reaction. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.